Forget everything you thought you knew about protecting your money, because the strategy that works across the pond might quietly destroy you right here at home. We're talking about high earners, big assets, and a legal trap that looks like a life raft until the water rushes in. The conversation started with a professional athlete, someone earning the kind of money that makes your calculator nervous, exploring trust strategies popular in Europe to shield wealth from taxes and divorce. But here's the uncomfortable truth. What works in London or Madrid operates under an entirely different legal universe than what you're dealing with in the United States. In Europe, trust law has centuries of flexibility baked in, giving high earners room to breathe, grow assets, and still maintain some level of practical control or benefit. Cross that Atlantic Ocean though, and the rulebook doesn't just change, it flips completely upside down and charges you a cover fee. If you try to mirror that European structure here, you'd be walking straight into an irrevocable trust. And that word irrevocable should make every high earner in this country stop mid-sentence. Irrevocable means what it sounds like. Once it's done, and you are no longer the boss of those assets. Now here's where the irony gets delicious, because the whole point of the move is supposed to be tax efficiency. But irrevocable trusts in the United States don't get the preferential tax rates you'd expect. They actually get hit harder than individual filers in many cases. The trust tax brackets in this country are brutally compressed, meaning the trust hits the highest federal income tax rate at just around $14,650 of taxable income as of the last few years. Meanwhile, a single individual doesn't reach that same top bracket until they've earned well over $500,000. Let that contrast sit with you for a moment. So you've locked away your assets, surrendered control, and you're still getting taxed aggressively. Congratulations. You've successfully outmaneuvered yourself. The psychological sting here is real, because these strategies are often sold as sophisticated, elite-level financial architecture, and nobody wants to be the person who admits they got fooled by something that sounded brilliant. Now, let's layer in the divorce dimension, because this is where the strategy doesn't just underperform, it actively works against you. If trust assets are being used to fund your lifestyle during the marriage, courts in many states will look at that usage as evidence that the trust is accessible to both spouses. Judges aren't naive, and the legal principle of beneficial enjoyment is powerful enough to drag those supposedly protected assets right into the marital estate. In many states, your soon-to-be ex's attorney will argue successfully that if you were living off it, it was marital in nature, and the court will likely agree. This is the hidden system nobody explains. When the strategy gets pitched in a glossy presentation, the very act of enjoying your own trust can be the thing that destroys its protection. Discipline and structure only matter if the structure was designed correctly for the jurisdiction you actually live in. The historical lesson here is consistent and humbling. Wealthy people who import financial strategies without localizing them for US. Law almost always pay a premium, either in taxes, litigation, or both. Smart money doesn't just move fast, it moves with jurisdiction-specific precision and a team that understands the difference between what works in theory and what survives a courtroom. What actually works for high earners in the United States involves a range of far more palatable alternatives: properly structured domestic asset protection, trusts in favorable states, family-limited partnerships, qualified opportunity zone investments, and real estate strategies that generate both shelter and appreciation. These tools are battle-tested in American courts and designed to work with the tax code rather than awkwardly against it. The practical takeaway is this: before you move a single dollar into a structure because it sounds sophisticated, make sure your legal and tax team has stress tested it against US trust law, state divorce statutes, and IRS bracket compression. Process, patience, and proper positioning will always outperform a clever-sounding shortcut that wasn't built for your zip code. At the end of the day, protecting wealth isn't about the most exotic strategy, it's about the most durable one, structured with discipline and reviewed consistently as laws change. Comfort comes not from complexity, but from knowing your plan was built for the environment you actually live in, not the one you read about in an international finance article. If any of this has you thinking about smarter ways to build and protect wealth through real estate investing, home contracting, or finding the right lenders, check out our links in the description below and let's get you started.